Caltrans coach Joe Mihalik, graduate forward Denton Kuhn, and senior guard Wanye Green. Coach, an opening statement about today's game, please.
Team Kelly in the house. Team Kelly in the house. All right. Well, you know, hard-fought win. One of our battle cries before the game was, let's not be foolish enough to think that because this team's in 7th place that they're a 7th place team. They played without their best player for 4 games. So we just played a team that could win the whole thing. You know, I don't know what the number is, 6 or 7, but there's 6 or 7 teams that can win this whole thing. And that's one of them we just beat. So the team we beat the other night could too. So, you know, it's a great win for us. You know, everybody thinks it's easy to win at home. Sometimes it's a little tougher to win at home. Everybody came into my office before the game and just made it seem like the sky would fall if we wouldn't take care of business today. So, but we did. And we did because our guys got guts, they got character, they got heart. And that's what winning teams have. You know, these two guys, there's a lot of heroes. I mean, Rokas just another, I mean, why isn't he in here? 17 points and 16 rebounds. I guess it's because nobody speaks Lithuanian or whatever. But these two guys were stars. I mean, Wanye is just, he's like no other. He's like no other. It's just another game where he separated himself to show that he's a one-man race for player of the year. And Denton, you know, Denton maybe didn't have his greatest night. Denton didn't have maybe his greatest night the other night, but tonight was unbelievable. I think it's Northeastern makes you play like Kyle Korver. This 3 from the corner at the end off of Wanye's pass was huge. So I'm rambling. Great win. Proud of our guys.
Questions?
For Wanye, at midseason you had a stretch where you lost games like this, but now you've repeatedly won several tough games down the stretch. You think this team is getting tougher, getting used to playing without Malik?
Yeah. You know, I just think we learned from, you know, first time we did it, and, I haven't been trying to do it and early in the season, so I just think that plays a part.
I mean, I think, you know, if I could add on to that, I think losing those 2 games is why we're winning these now. You know, I mean, it's one of 2 things happens when you have those tough losses. I mean, we had a heartbreaker in Wilmington, and then followed up with an overtime heartbreaker at JMU. One of 2 things happens. You get tougher, and you realize what you have to do to win those games, and you can win them, which is what we did, or you go the other way and start looking into all the people that are negative and so forth. And, you know, we don't do that. We stayed positive. We believe in ourselves. We knew we were a good team. We knew we lost to good teams. But that's why we're winning now, because we lost those teams.
Then it's not often that you end up leading the team in scoring, and often that you make such big shots at the end for this team like you did today. You also did the same thing in that overtime session against Northeastern on the road that time. What about them brings out the best in you?
Yeah, maybe it's the red, you know. No, I don't know. Just opportunities. Like you said at the end, Wanye made a great pass, and you know, just you know, be ready when your number's called, when the time comes for you. So you know, just what it is a little bit.
Did you sense, you know, how difficult it was, how holding on down the stretch, and how tough you had to be?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't our first time, definitely. So you know, we've had, I think it's definitely early in the year, had a little problem with it, just closing out games and kind of personally just adjusting to my role with the new team and kind of figuring it out. But I think, you know, that's part of the season. You learn those things. And, you know, mistakes we made, but how do you bounce back from mistakes in the final couple minutes? And, you know, like Coach said, adversity, losing a couple tough games kind of, you know, teaches you a lesson maybe. So.
And just mentally, how do you stay in it? Because you guys were shooting about 35%. Wanye had a bunch of passes that could have gone for baskets, and only, I think, got 1 assist in the second half.
Right, yeah.
Guys weren't converting.
No, it's tough, you know. I think it helps that half our team's approaching 30 years old, I think. So we've got some experience out there. And, you know, I think just playing a lot of games and being in those situations before definitely helps.
There were a couple passes that were just too good. They were just too good. Guys weren't ready. It's just, I mean, this guy's, I don't know if he's, it's not for me to decide for an NBA player, but I think he is. He's an NBA passer. He's an NBA passer, no doubt in my mind.
Coach, DeJour Bowie had a bit of a rough offensive first half, but down the stretch, I mean, you know, plays 10 minutes in the game, but really had some valuable plays. And it's not the first time we've seen it from him this year where he steals the ball at the top of the keys. That's something that you try to get him out there for. You put him in late in games, try to get a turnover like you did.
You can't just tell somebody to get a steal, but he is active out there, and that gives him a chance. Now, you know, he didn't have a great afternoon. I thought he was a little hesitant. Like, I was getting on him for not taking an open shot, which should be a player's dream if the coach yells at you for not shooting. So, but he's a winner. He was a winner. He made those 2 foul shots. They were huge. They were huge. He made 2 big foul shots. He had a steal in there somewhere. And, you know, he's learning on the job, too. He's learning on the job, too. He's the one whose role changed when Malik got hurt. Now, they don't play the same position, but he's the one that got those minutes, and everybody else had to, you know, we had to reinvent the team around him.
Coach, they start 4 for 6. They have 11 points 4 minutes in. They only get 11 points the rest of the half on 4 for 20 shooting. What did you do defensively? Also, Walker off a 1 for 7 at the half at that point. What did you do to him and to Northeastern defensively to hold them in check?
I don't know if we did anything different, did we? I mean, it's just, you know, I thought maybe our slides just improved a little bit. We didn't make any adjustments. Maybe we just adjusted by being a little quicker, a little more, anticipate a little bit more with what we were doing. But I don't really make any adjustments, right?
Joe, what's it do for you guys to win a game like this? This is the fewest points you've had in a win this year. You guys like to play, obviously past tempo. What's it do to win a grinded out game like this, especially going into the tournament in a couple weeks?
Yeah, we've had a couple of them. No, I think at Drexel, that was a low scoring team, kind of, right? So we've had the Drexel was kind of low scoring. So, you know, we've won playing the other team's style a couple times this year. And yeah, that's a good point. It proves that we can win. You know, wherever the challenge is, I think we can find a way to win.
For Denton, and for Wanye, next game, Wellington, shot at first place, tie, you know, what's the mindset going down there?
Just going in there with a lot of energy, and you know, they beat us at our home, so you know, we just want to make the best of it and beat them at their place and just get payback.
I don't think the mindset changed a lot. I mean, we, you know, to have a chance at the league, we've had to win games, and so, you know, at this point, it's preparing for a situation where you have to win before you go home. So we're, you know, every mindset, every game is come out there and try to get the job done.
And do you feel like you're sort of building toward the tournament, you know, where you are going to go down there as one of the favorites?
Yeah, I mean, like Coach said, I think there's about half the league that definitely has a chance to win. So, you know, I think we're definitely in a good spot, and we've kind of learned over the league play. And like you said, since we lost Malik, that was a big adjustment we had to make. But I think we're playing well right now and got a little bit of a streak going, so hopefully we can keep it going.
Any other questions?
Does anybody have any questions about the 3.0 that Wanye got this past season? When I went out there for the 3.0 people, I really thought maybe you thought you were getting another 1,000-point ball or something. You want to talk about what your major is or something? And is it computer science?
On that note, thank you, Coach.